The Cthulhu Mythos is officially coming to Disney Star Wars, but in the lame 1980s way. With the release of Lovecraft stories in anthology books, the popularity of the Chaosium Call of Cthulhu role-playing game, and the cult success of Stuart Gordon's Reanimator and From Beyond films, the 1980s was the decade that saw Lovecraft and his works truly cemented into the cultural fabric. During this time, though, there was dispute over who owned the copyrights to Lovecraft's works. We now know today that none of those blustering parties had any documentation proving their claims, so the majority of Lovecraft's works are very much in the public domain. But during the 80s, a lot of writers wanted to cash in on the new popularity of the Cthulhu Mythos, including that shitty emo band Metallica. And their way of getting around the copyright issue was to change the spelling of the names of the beings like Cthulhu. Ours is spelled with a K. Totally different cosmic horror from outside of space and time with tentacles. And now, the same thing is happening with Disney Star Wars. Dave Filoni is bringing the main villain from an extended universe book series into the second season of Ahsoka. The book series is called The Fate of the Jedi and started in 2009 when there was still a lot of controversy remaining about copyright of the Cthulhu Mythos. So the author changed the name of the entity and the description so that they could not be sued. The funny thing is, the being in question was actually created by Clark Ashton Smith for the Cthulhu Mythos, but was also in the same gray area about expired copyrights from its publication in Weird Tales, just like Lovecraft. So without further ado, I give you the beloved Queen of the Stars, the Destructor. Yes, they also ripped off Ghostbusters. The bringer of chaos herself, Abeloth. She is a tentacled monstrosity who is not just from outside of space and time that causes madness in Jedi, but she is a force entity that possesses the bodies of her victims. The name is actually Abhoth from Clark Ashton Smith's Mythos story, The Seven Geases. I can understand changing the name in this case since the planet Hoth already exists and would cause confusion. But I'm betting dollars to donuts that's also how the author came across Abhoth in the first place. Probably Googling Star Wars stuff for inspiration and came across Abhoth and decided to steal it the old-fashioned way like Marvel Comics. Just change the name and make it a generic tentacle monster. Technically, this makes the beings from the Cthulhu Mythos official canon in the Star Wars universe, but then Disney Star Wars sucks lightsaber, and I gave up on the whole franchise years ago. So be sure to subscribe for more horror, occult, and Lovecraft madness. Let me know in the comments if you think this counts as the Mythos really being in Star Wars or not. Until next time, Cthulhu Fatagan.